Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey.
I'm Holly.
Back there is Tucker.
Yep, that's me.
And we are in a vehicle I've very much been wanting some time with, though it is our last day with, and you got to spend more time with it than I did in the 2025 Genesis GV80 Coupe. The coupified version of the SUV that you and I both really liked when we had previously on this channel. In this video, we'll see how it fits our family of three. Stay tuned. All right, Holly, I'm jealous. You have put nearly all of the 673 miles onto this one. You stole it from me. And this one is a vehicle after my own heart, but this isn't about me, it's about you and this vehicle. What are your thoughts on the coupe version of the Genesis GV80?
Well, I hate it.
What?
I don't believe that for a second.
Okay, that's not true. I love it.
Yeah.
But I wanted to see what you thought about a plot twist.
Okay, phew.
Phew.
For a minute there, I thought you actually did hate it.
Oh, I could never.
Sketchy. But yeah, no, so you love it.
I love it.
No surprise there.
I can't think of a single thing that I don't like about it. Probably the price.
Not a single thing?
I don't think so.
Wow. So,
Wait. There is one, but it's only a thing because you made it a thing.
Okay.
It doesn't remember what your seat has air conditioning.
Yeah, so ventilated seats, I do not remember what they were set on the last time you were in it, though I feel like that could be updated with a software fix. I don't know what Genesis is doing, but yes. So, exterior, you like?
Yeah, of course I like. The only thing is with Genesis recently, and I think with this trim too, it's all plain colors. There's no not in here. I mean, okay. On the outside.
Oh, but you saw the one at the truck rodeo, that kind of baby blue.
But is that this one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, then I'm thinking of a different one. That was just like gray, black,
Yep.
dark green.
Now you can get red, you can get that kind of...
See, I take it all
blue.
back. There's nothing I don't like about it.
All right, I have to ask though, because we did just get out of the SUV version of it. Which do you like the styling of better, the coupe or the SUV? Because you've kind of called SUV coupes kind of lately.
I know.
That is super hard.
That is super hard. Why are you making me choose?
I mean, the people want to know which is it.
Ooh,
if we had to buy one.
I don't know. I don't have to make that choice right now, and I'm not gonna. I like them both.
Okay.
But I do have a comment on.
You like them equally?
I think I do like them equally.
That's what she says now, but I'm going to pry that answer out of her.
I think it depends on the color
Okay.
of the car.
A lot of the same colors of the traditional SUV are available here.
Right.
This has more fun interiors, which we'll get to in a little bit.
I do like fun interiors.
Yeah.
But I do have one comment on the matte color.
Okay.
Because you definitely get different comments than I do. And I have been everywhere in this car, seen a lot of friends, talked to a lot of women, and they either love or they hate the matte. There's no in between.
Okay.
There's no like, oh, that's kind of cute. It's either like, what, or
interesting.
So, but I do appreciate something that's not a everyman thing. I like having options. You know, like it being the matte. The fact that they didn't go just safe.
Yeah.
There's the matte option.
And I'd say it does a fairly good job of hiding road grime and dirt. You've driven this in the rain. You've put over 600 miles on it. So
yeah, and I actually, so we've put some miles on this. It was a bit of a workhorse. We had an event. We drove in some gravelly road. So there's like some dust, some dirt kind of things. And I would say that's probably one of the questions I also got asked the most about the matte finish is what does it look like when it's dirty? And we don't typically show cars that are dirty. The manufacturers don't want you to see cars that are dirty. You don't like dirty cars in your picture, but I do take that into consideration when I'm choosing a car that I'm gonna buy. Like, after one rainstorm, does it look dirty? And then also, I think with the matte finish, a lot of people just don't know what that's gonna look like. Like with just a regular black painted car, you know, it's gonna show whatever it is. But is that different with the matte? So let's take a look at this car a little bit dirty.
Okay. And then, to clean it up, don't take this to a traditional car wash, a touch drive-through car wash. There are special care precautions that if you were to buy a matte finished paint job from Hyundai, Genesis, Kia, they would inform you, they would teach you how to take care of it. We don't get that kind of luxury, just getting them for a week at a time. I can take it though to a touchless car wash here in town. One of the great things about it is it doesn't show water spots, so it hides water spots. So I like it.
It hides water spots except on the silver bottom.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's a silver strip on the bottom.
Dark chrome.
A dark chrome that it shows some water spots. But I would say that the matte finish, it hides the dirt and grime pretty well.
Yep.
In my opinion. But also, I would take into consideration that it is a little high maintenance to actually clean it.
It's a little bit of extra.
A little bit of extra care. But if you're paying this much for a car, you want to take that little extra care.
All right, so you like the exterior, you like the design, the dark chrome. You've talked about the two lines down the side that kind of give it a retro classy look to it on the full SUV review. What about coming here to the interior, because you cannot get this red Napa leather on the traditional SUV. We had more muted normal colors, browns and grays and greens, but no red. What are your thoughts on the interior?
I love the red Napa leather.
Yes.
And it's worth a brownie point on the side of the coupe. Because I'm not typically a red person, but this shade of red is nice and classy. It fits perfect with the black and the other different design. Carbon fiber design elements. So I like it. It's definitely worth its weight in gold.
Tucker, what are your thoughts on the red interior?
I love it.
I knew you would. So yes, red is one of the options. The other one that we referenced earlier, that light blue exterior, had an ultramarine, aka navy blue interior with orange accents and orange seat belts. And oh, that is the one I wanted. We could have had it delivered to us. We had this one instead, but really like it. What are your thoughts on that steering wheel?
I love this steering wheel.
What letter is it in the shape of?
What?
We're doing a lot of letters, teaching Tucker how to read.
I don't know.
It's a letter D because it's a flat bottom. So flat bottom, D
so
ring.
It's a sideways.
Yes.
Okay.
But you have the perforated,
That's a stretch.
perforated red inserts here.
Yeah, and it's squishy, but not too squishy. Firm, but not too firm.
Yeah,
It's just right.
just right.
Just right. I'll say the only thing on the interior that's been a little bit weird is this, well, for a couple reasons. The silver here, it shows fingerprints for one. And also the sun bounces right off of it into your eyeballs.
Yes. And because it's flat, like if it's reflecting at you, it's
right at you. There's not really anything. I mean, you have to throw
put your hand there.
but I do like the knobs. The little knobs.
So full touch screen here. It's a 27-inch all the way across OLED screen, but we have this dedicated section here for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto infotainment duty. And as of this one currently is no wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but that is coming in a software update. Though today's video sponsor, SyncKid, did supply us with this wireless Apple CarPlay adapter that has both USB-A and USB-C plugs, so you can see now full wireless capabilities. Check the description below for how you can get one for yourself if your car has wired but not wireless Apple CarPlay. Other thoughts in here. Tucker, how's your room back there?
Pretty nice.
Why don't we cut to me putting in Tucker's child safety seat, and then we'll look at that rear storage that is compromised a bit thanks to the coupe-like roofline. Before I bring in Tucker's child safety seat, I want to show you what this back seat is like for adults. So the SUV coupe does have a more raked roofline, so be sure not to bump your head getting in and out, but not so much of a problem for me. You can see here I've got plenty of legroom sitting behind myself, as I have been this entire video. We do have tri-zone HVAC controls with air vents on the back of the center console, not in the ceiling, so that is a little bit of a sad womp womp trombone back here in the back, but it is tri-zone with all your controls back here and heated and ventilated outboard seats in this model, which I really like. They are also power reclining seats and power sliding seats, so I can rearrange exactly how I want to fit back here, and I can give some additional room to the cargo space, which we'll cover shortly. Fold down the center armrest. We've got two cup holders here and a felt-lined center console of sorts here in the middle armrest, which is very nice, properly positioned as well. Nice suede headliner, nice view of the very dark tinted large glass roof here, all the way around, very comfortable. And if I needed more room back here, there are controls on the side of the passenger seat to move this seat up. Gone are the power sunshades here in the doors, again, thanks to the raked roofline, so you do make some sacrifices for style. Bringing in Tucker's matching Graco Extend-A-Fit child safety seat, we'll go ahead and show you that, yes, it fits in here just fine in its rear-facing format. This is the same one he used when he was rearward-facing, and you can see there's plenty of room in this vehicle, even for a rear-facing car seat. But I'll go ahead and turn him around like he's been riding this entire video. We'll drop the top tether back behind, because we do have top tethers all the way across. Slide this into place, and I will mention we have lower latch points in between the seat back and seat bottom that are fairly easy to access. There I go, hit my head. And they are marked with buttons. We only have them on the outboard seats, nothing in the center. So you're gonna have to either borrow from the outboard seats or use the seatbelt method there in the middle. Very easy to snug this down. This vehicle isn't too tall for that. Go ahead and snug it down a little more with the recline, and I can slowly wait on the power slide function to give me just a little bit of blind access to the latch, the top tether point back here in the back, to where I can pull this down two-handed and really snug it down. The back corner of this seat, which I'll show you later, is nice and hard, so I'm not doing any long-term damage to that Napa leather. Now I get to wait the 2 hours for this seat to fully slide back into its position. I had it before, but let's go check out that rear cargo space and how compromised it is versus the SUV proper. As we approach the back of the vehicle, I will say this, if it were not running, it does have the smart access tailgate, so you could just walk up to a locked vehicle with the key in your pocket, stand behind it, it'll beep 3 times and then open up, but the button is hidden right there with a little bit of dark chrome that, yes, does unfortunately show fingerprints right above your backup camera. And you can see we get a decent amount of cargo space back here, comparable to competitors like the Mercedes GLE Coupe. We do lose a little bit of cubic footage because here we have 30.3 behind the rear seats, 62.1 with those back seats folded down. That compares to 34.9 in the regular SUV and 84 with the seats folded in that GV80 proper. I'm still struggling with what to call that. Instead of a retractable cargo shade, much like the Mercedes GLE Coupe, we get a suede covered, tri-fold, hard parcel shelf back here hiding everything down underneath it. It's industry standard, I guess, for this SUV coupe. I prefer the retractable kind. They just take up a little bit less room. You can see we actually have a 40-20-40 split second row seat with the center mechanism being right there. So you can fold down that center section if you had some longer items like maybe skis or something that just needed to pass through. You can fold them both sides down from back here with those buttons right there. We do have a little extra power back there. We've got a nice amount of room here, but if I can get this carpet up, you can see we do have a handle here with some additional storage there. And if I really try and lift up, that cargo net is in my way. We do have a little bit more storage here. That is where, if we had the traditional 3-row version of the SUV, where that 3rd row of seats would be. It's not a lot of space, but you can hide a few things underneath the floor back here if you needed to. Coming to me, this opens up in our 1963 built garage just fine. Plenty of room underneath for me at 5'10", and then we have that button to lock and close it right there. But let's hit the close button, and it comes down to a nice soft close, just like all 4 doors. Okay, Holly, definitely diminished rear cargo space in this one. You've got that trifold hard parcel shelf back in the back, but we'll pause from all storage conversations since you are now turning on the historic brick streets of downtown Tyler, Texas. We can do Tucker's wobbly head test. Tucker, what do you think? How's your wobbly head back there?
It's a little bit wobble.
A little bit? Holly, what are your thoughts?
But can you hear my voice?
Yes. That's the biggest one.
There's the biggest one. You heard it a little bit, but it didn't even jostle me.
Yep. We do have big 22-inch. We have big 22-inch wheels with a little low-profile tire to them, so it's a little firmer on things like that. But fully adaptive suspension with what they call road preview. The car is watching the changes in the road and adjusting the suspension to account for dips and potholes and things like that. So it softens it up on an instant, or firms it up so that you don't float over it, but you also don't shake yourself.
Yeah.
To smithereens.
Nice. To smithereens. Nope,
Right.
we didn't do that.
Yeah. So rides well?
Rides very well.
Yeah.
Drives very well.
How's it been on the highway?
Perfect.
Perfect. But yeah. So, okay, back to storage, and then we'll talk about further driving dynamics. Little diminished storage in the back. What are your thoughts? Storage up here?
It's all right. This is a little small. Oh, but the thing comes out.
Yep. So you've got that
I
one.
forgot the whole trip that thing comes out. I thought the whole time, wouldn't it be nice if it went?
And it does. Little removable tray in there.
But it still holds a lot. I know you were talking about the back and the coupe kind of cutting off some of the storage that you could have in the trunk, but we had no problems with everything we needed to haul this week, which was a lot. We had an event. We had my suitcase, his suitcase of toys,
a hammock,
a
box of trophies,
laptop bag, signs. So we didn't have any. I had 2 car seats in here at one point. So it just depends on what you're looking for. If you need a huge thing.
Just know you will cut down your cargo space if you get the coupe versus a traditional SUV. We get a little bit of storage in the doors.
Up here I haven't had any problems, even with not using the...
A little bit of storage here. Not the biggest glove box, but it is damped, lined with felt. Hide some stuff here, because I know how much you like to hide stuff under the carbon fiber.
I like to say I like to hide stuff, and then I never do.
Yeah, well, there you go.
At least you have the option.
Yes, you have options. Options are good.
The steering wheel is powered. The seats are powered.
Yeah, 2 memory seats.
2 memory seats.
He did ventilated, like you mentioned earlier, but I don't remember.
Massage seats for the driver. Yep.
Yep.
Head-up display.
You want to know a downside? I touched on it when putting in Tucker's child safety seat, but a downside to the coupe, because of the raking rear roofline, that's not as easy to say as it should be, we had to give up the power sunshades on the back windows that come on the traditional SUV version.
Okay, well, SUV.
Oh, well,
I made my choice.
boom, just like that. Even though
Boom.
Tucker always wants them down.
Boom, just like that.
That's the deal breaker?
That's the deal.
Wow.
There it was.
Uh,
Boom.
I didn't expect it to be so easy to get that answer out of you, but I knew I would. But yes, no rear sunshades on those back windows, but this is the e-Supercharger version, which means it's a mild hybrid, which means it gets a little bit more power and better city fuel economy than
Nice.
the non-e-supercharged version. So there is that.
Can you get an e-supercharged version in the SUV?
Nope. Because this is the more performance-oriented one, is the thought process. So see, two mpg better in the city, but that's when you don't push this button, which you always push.
Oh, okay, so never mind. Well, and in this one, you can definitely tell
When the
it
engine-
shuts down.
yeah.
When the engine shuts down.
So
I don't
yes,
like that.
this is a mild hybrid, and in a warm Texas day, the air conditioning kind of cuts off. It's still blowing, but it's nowhere near as cool.
It has not been that hot in Texas.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's humid now.
So yes, when you don't turn off the auto start stop function. So
It also has the video camera,
Yeah.
rear view camera. What do you call it?
rear view camera
The
mirror.
rear view camera mirror. Oh, that's very basic. Thought there was a fancy name. And I actually used it willingly the
Oh
other
yeah,
day.
because you were loaded down with stuff. Huh?
No, it wasn't that. It was because the weather in Texas has been cold in the morning, but still humid. There's a lot of condensation, and this car doesn't have a windshield wiper on the back.
Yet another sacrifice.
Cute. But it's not a sacrifice at all because I just popped on
There you
my
go.
camera.
There you go. But yeah,
So,
some things that are different between the
some things
two.
that are different.
All right. You've put nearly 600 miles on this, mostly highway. You said it rides well. How is power delivery once you turn off the engine start-stop?
Yeah, power delivery has been what you would expect it to be.
Steering.
Nice. Steering wheel is nice and
Not too heavy?
not too heavy, not
Visibility?
too loose. Loosey-goosey visibility has been good. I mean, I've been driving in crazy Dallas traffic and zero problems.
I mean, she said at the beginning, it's perfect. I just got
Perfect.
to make sure she truly means
Just
that.
never leaving this seat.
Well, sadly, they are
No.
picking it up from us tomorrow.
Well,
I even replied to them and
they're-
I said, no, you can leave it here.
They're picking it up with me in it.
We'll take that up with Sean when he comes to get
I
it.
hope he likes me.
All right. So, you've already said you would forego the coupe for the traditional SUV, but let's pull the window sticker out anyway and finish the conversation. I said it gets better fuel economy in the city. 18 city, 22 highway, 20 combined. So it is more fuel efficient. But what do you think?
It is more fuel efficient than the SUV.
Yes. What do you think the price tag is?
82.
No.
Higher. Way higher.
No, not really.
86.
A little bit higher.
87? 89?
88,630 with destination as this one is equipped. But this is basically
Can it
fully
go
loaded.
higher than that?
No, this is basically
fully
fully loaded. So
Yeah, I can't think of anything that it needs. When I
head-up
ask
display, memory
So this
seats,
is
ventilated
So
seats,
this is the full price.
full price.
So this is as high as
that. This is the best of the best.
Yep, 88,630. So knowing that, hit subscribe.
Subscribe so we can afford it, please.
You can see more.
So we can so we can just finish that video.
You can see more from Holly from Tucker on Facebook and Instagram at Female Consumer. You can find all things GT Garage Talk at GT Garage Talk, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, you name it, all at GT Garage Talk. Or you can go to gtgaragetalk.com. But as for us, Holly's apparently camping out in this one so they don't take it away from us tomorrow. Until next time, gearheads, bye.